Greetings one and all, welcome back to the channel and part number 90 of my Farming Simulator 22 Debt Recovery Challenge. We are carrying on, well, exactly where we left off in the last episode. We're collecting grass. We have the spaces between 16 and 17 to collect up. We have the spaces between 15 and 16 to collect up. As far as I'm aware, everything south has been done. Everything around 18 has been done. In fact, it's all been pretty much done apart from this little area around 16, 17 and 15. And I know that there is a little bit around field 10, which I missed. Everything else, as far as I'm aware, I think we have gathered. We have cut and gathered. So very, very, very little grass work to do. We've got a few chores to do around the garden. I was just looking at the sunflower. Around the farm, and then we are done for the day. We are going to skip ahead, going to get into the next day where we will be harvesting. We're definitely going to have 2, 3, 4, 5, possibly 6 fields to work, and we still got to seed in the sugarcane today as well. In fact, can we actually get that on the go now? We can. Excellent. So we're going to lime it. We can get this on the go whilst I'm working. Then that'll save us a little job. Whoa, breaking things. This won't take very long thanks to the magic of this wonderful implement. It's going to do it in one move. Just like that. So we'll run this, we'll run the spray, which is fertilizer, liquid fertilizer. Then we will run it over with the plow, and then stone pick it, and then seed it. Problem is, I think the seeder is still up at field 1. I'm going to have to move that down. But this will not take us long to complete. I didn't do it earlier or in the previous episode because we had grass all over the place, and I didn't want to risk the plow taking out a whole load of grass. It just wasn't worth losing all our hard work over that. So yeah, we had to wait. We will make short work of it now though. Come on, look up. Come on, you know you want to. I saw it. There we go. We'll start at the far end because I know that if I ask it to go from this end upwards, it's going to get to that end piece. It's going to go, oh my god, there's a building in front of me. I must stop stupidly early, and it will skip over a huge section. So we'll start him down here. Don't hit the car. Oh, that's close. Hopefully he'll behave himself. I doubt it, but it's worth a hope. After that, we want this one. Same principle, we'll start him down the bottom end. And that way, hopefully, it won't cause an issue. Although I've never really had an issue with the plow, so I have no reason to assume that it will cause a problem now, which means it will absolutely cause a problem. Right, okay. Simple format. If you're not familiar with how I play Farming Simulator, or record Farming Simulator, should I say, I've done my little bit of opening speaking. I'm going to throw you guys into hyperlapse, which I call warp speed. We're going to do a load of work. I'm going to record a huge segment, and I'll bring us back to normal speed. We'll have a little chat. We'll spend some money because we have just gone into a new hour, so we have over 200,000 dumped in our bank account, which we will pay the debt off with. You'll notice that at the bottom of the screen there is the debt number. That's how much of the debt we have left. We're working on paying that off. And then we'll do another long recording segment where you guys will go back into warp speed. There'll be no commentary from me during warp speed. There will be music, and it will run at about ×5 speed. So you see a lot of work done in a very short space of time. And that's it. So into warp speed you guys go. We're going to get this field sorted. We're going to gather up that grass, and then we will go from there. So whether you watch it, whether you listen to it, I am told my videos make very good background noise. It's absolutely fine with me. As long as you're getting enjoyment out of it, that's all that ever matters. So yeah, enjoy the show, and we'll be back for you guys very, very shortly. Okie dokie, recording done. We are done, pretty much. What are we doing? Field, well, I can't number it. I wish I could number the custom fields. That would actually make life a lot simpler for me. But the small custom field has been seeded with sugarcane. Had to think there. Cost us quite a bit, but we got it done. As far as I know, all the grass has been located, picked up, and is in the trailer. As far as I know. And no doubt when I go for a little tour around at some point, I'm going to discover lines of grass that I haven't actually harvested. But that's fine. We have topped up the grass in the TMR mixer. There's a little bit of silage required in there. I don't know whether we actually have any here. No, it looks like we emptied that out. That's fine. Not for long. So we need a bit of silage for the TMR mixer, and we need straw. We need a lot of straw. It's going to be about 500,000 litres. But we do have 318,000 litres of TMR stored in that hopper, so we don't need to worry about making cow food for quite a while. So we can just slowly add in some straw bales. Not a huge issue. Sunflowers are required for the pig food, but again, we've got quite a bit, so we don't need to worry about that. It's the BGA that we're more interested in. We want to get this up and working. We've got potatoes coming tomorrow. We've got some sugar beets coming soon. Straw, an ever-present requirement. We're going to need to put some more crops in the ground, which will yield much more straw. We're going to have to be working very, very hard to put that in. I don't know how we're actually going to pull that off. I might look into a forage wagon mod. I know we've got a modded one. No, not that one. It's just in there. I can't quite get to it. Very, very unhelpful. It's one that comes with the with the map. It's a nice little thing, but it doesn't have a huge capacity. It's a Bergman Shuttle 490S, but it's got. I say it doesn't have a huge capacity. That's actually quite silly. Wagons, pickup wagons. Where are they? There they are. Forage wagons. It's got a massive capacity. It's got a 495,000 litre capacity, but it's got a very narrow pickup to it. And I wish that I could actually edit the pickup. If it had a wider pickup, an unrealistic pickup, it would actually be really, really good, and I'd use it a lot. But because it's so narrow, I tend to miss some of the windrows, and it can be a bit problematic. But we might have to give it a try. Because if we could fill one of those, we could find a way to get it into the hopper really, really quickly. And of course, straw that we don't have to chop would be a time saver, because we do have that task. We have straw bales right there. This one is going to be in play very shortly in the next warp speed section. I'm going to chop that straw down, and that's going straight into the BGA. What else are we doing? What else are we doing? Oh yeah, let's actually get the grass unloaded, shall we? So, we have 3.1 million litres of grass. So we're going to unload the first hop, first bin, first compartment, whatever you want to call it, into this fermenter. See it disappearing there. I wouldn't say slowly, it's actually going quite quickly. Unloads really well, this trailer. And we're going to unload roughly about half of the next one. I don't know how we're going to figure that out. To be honest, I might just unload 2 in there and then 1 and a bit into the next one. It doesn't really matter that much. It's all going to get processed one way or another. I think this will go down to about 2.1 mil, I think that'll be about right. If that's right, then we can take it down to 1.6, I think it is. And that will be roughly about half. It should be stopping sometime really, really soon. There we go. So swap to the next compartment. Let's take it down to 1.6 roughly. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're not looking for perfection here. Eight. Into the 1.7s. And there we go. Probably going to crash into some traffic now. It in this time rather than driving in. That way we'll be able to see the traffic when we come out the next time. Oh, don't just stop there, go! I think that should be about right. There we go. Now everything in here is going to get dumped into this one. So whilst he's working, we are going to work. There we go, that's one full bin, that's 250,000 litres. Whilst you are emptying, we will jump back into the truck. Swap the bin. We've got one more task to do after we've completed these and moved all the implements back where they belong. Before we wrap the day up, jump into accelerated speed and get into the next day and do some actual farm work. There we go. That didn't take long. Unload you. So the BGA should be looking pretty good for straw. No, it looks terrible for straw, but it's hard to believe that that is a significant amount of straw. It's a teeny, tiny little red bar. We're going to make a fortune from that electrical charge. And there we go. Straw completed. It's not totally complete. I think we've got some straw in there. We could empty it out and we could fill it up. I want to keep a little bit back just in case. So that's that job done. 100,000 litres to go. Nothing in that one, I don't think. Pop to that one. There we go. And done. There we are. Now, ordinarily I would be taking this one back to the farm for loading ready for the next day, but I am anticipating the straw coming into play here. The silage coming into play here. So we're going to leave that truck there. Last thing then. The Case Steiger. Our it's a huge great big thing. It was our first vehicle, a heavy vehicle. Second only to the John Deere, which is our farmyard workhorse. She has done a significant amount of work for us. But it is time to say goodbye. The articulation is a bit of a pain, and it's slow. I need some faster vehicles. This map is huge, but it's done a really good job. And the lack of 3-point hitch on the front end causes me a bit of an issue. Not to take anything away from the tractor, I am still a fan. I still think it's brilliant, but I need something a little bit more improved. So, for 236,000, we're going to sell him. Thank you very much. You've done a wonderful job. You're retired. And we are going to pick up this one. The Class Xeron. And we're going to go for the Xeron 5000th Anniversary Edition. Not that it really makes that much of a difference. We are going to go for the Class track setup. It doesn't affect our speed. We've still got 31 mile an hour top speed. For the design, we'll stick with the EU. Additional weight 3,400 kilograms on the back end. You could actually put weight on the front end as well, but we're not going to. We're going to put a 3-point hitch. Why? Because that gives us the ability to hook attachments up to the front and the back. No plate. And there we go. And we are buying that one outright. And there she is. No articulation. It should have a really good turning circle because, as you can see, the wheels work independently, so it should turn in a really, really tight circle. Let's get her onto the farm. 32, 33 miles an hour. It's pretty good. This one will be able to hook up the tree cutter with a trailer. It will be able to hook up any trailers, any implements. It would be able to run a sprayer on the front end and a plow on the back end, so I could move around 2 implements at once, whereas the Steiger would only be able to do the one. And it's almost 10 miles an hour faster, which will make all the difference when we're dealing with such large fields, and we are dealing with large fields. And because of the weight on the back end, we'll have no issues running any of our implements. It should work really, really well. And if that weight becomes a problem, we can always remove it. That's not an issue at all. So, here we are. Our new heavy machine workhorse. Hopefully she's going to do well. I need to find the other class saddle track. I can't remember where the hell I put it. So we do have some slurry work to do. Where is that one? Saddle track. No. No. You can hear scrabbling around in the background. That's my rats making an awful lot of noise because they pick terrible times to do it. Is it in the barn? There he is, in the barn, hiding away. That's another Xeron. This is a 4200, but it's a very unique one, and it is a DLC. I got it for free when we bought Farming Simulator. I didn't actually buy this one, but this is actually the first time I've used it, and I've got to say, it doesn't disappoint. We have gotten quite a lot of use out of this one. I don't regret buying it. And we're going to get a lot more use out of it too. Need to stop putting them in the barn though, because it doesn't show up as a tractor on the map. It shows up as an implement. I don't know why. It's a bit of a pain. But yeah, we are going to fill up with slurry. We're going to empty it out into the seed and fertilizer production facility. Wow, that's going to fill right up. Wow, that's a lot of slurry. Right, well, I'm not going to talk constantly because that's just silly. So what we're going to do... Wow, we just hit 11 o'clock. I only just noticed we just ticked into 11 o'clock. We just spent £450,000 on a brand new tractor. And we're already back up to 356,000. And I don't need to hold on to any more money now. Because we have the sugar cane all done. So... Next job is we are going to do some maths here. I need a calculator up. So the current debt is... I have no clue. The current debt is 6.675. We will take away from that £350,000. So we are just going to keep going. We're going to deplete all our money. Going to drag it all the way down, kicking and screaming. In fact, we could take it a little bit further than that, couldn't we? So one more. There we go. So £6,320,000 debt. 6,320,000. There we go. Bottom of the screen number updated. Matches that one, hopefully. Looks about right. And there we go. We are almost halfway through the debt. Yeah, technically we are broke. Very, very technically we are broke. But we're not actually broke. We make a massive amount of money every hour. We're going to pay a lot more of this debt off. If I don't pay another $1 million off by the time we get into May, I'm going to be honestly surprised. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go back into warp speed. I've talked for long enough. We're going to get through the night. Well, actually, we're going to get through the whole day. We're going to get through the night. And then we are going to get into tomorrow and start doing some harvesting and see how much we can get done in this next recording segment. Yeah, we're just going to crack on. Not a lot more we can really say, so I'll shut up. You guys go into accelerated speed, warp speed. Music in the background, no commentary. So enjoy the show, and we'll be back when the morning breaks and we are ready to pay off more of the debt and get the day underway. So enjoy blackness and a lot of music. So speak soon. Right, well, that pretty much brings this episode to a close. We are out of time. We have harvested up the canola. We have upgraded several of our production chains to level 2. Some of these are going, so I'm not going to bother with it. Mostly because it will give us a bigger output. It will give us a bigger storage capacity. We've done the grain mill, we've done the sugar mill, we've done the spinnery, we've done the oil mill. Didn't do the dairy. Let's do the dairy. There we go. We've done the dairy, we've done the bakery. So they're all upgraded and working much, much better, more efficiently than they were before. Cotton is being harvested off of field 3, doing well, considering we've only got a single implement on there. The oats off of field 9 is almost complete, and the barley off of field 16 is pretty much done. The corn off of field 14, I have an issue there. I'm not particularly happy with the header on the crone, which is designed to have a multiple pickup. So it is a mod, and it was edited before I got it, and I edited it a bit more to give it an unrealistic pickup. But I have to say, I don't like it. I don't like the extra wide pickup. It stores way too much material in an invisible tank, so I have no idea how much it holds, because the crone doesn't actually have an internal tank, so it's just holding it in memory somewhere, and yeah, I can't have that. So we are going to edit that file a bit more, and we are going to return it back to something close to normal, so that it's cutting just a little bit wider, but not a huge amount. And hopefully that will cure that problem. Yeah, it will take longer to harvest up the corn, of course it will, but worth it when we can control just how much material we've got kicking about there. I'm not going to let the harvester finish that last row, even though it would actually be sensible, because I am conscious of the fact that this episode is probably going to run a little long. We're just going to let him finish the row he's on, and then once he turns around, we'll halt it and we'll pick that up in the next episode. Other than that, the interest for the day, if you didn't see it whilst you were skipping through in warp speed, was 21,000, normally 33,000, so we are saving ourselves £10,000 every day through paying off our loan. And as you can see, we are sitting on 2.6 million, which is about to go. Quite simply, we are about to dump all of that on the debt. Well, not all of it. We're going to leave 82,000 in the account, but the rest of it is going. Just as soon as I position this guy right there, and off. Right, progress. Let's pay off a debt. 2.6 million to go, leaves 82,000 in the bank. This is going to take a little while. I don't like doing large numbers like this, but we skipped through the night. As you saw, we had a horrible amount of slurry. Slurry? Yeah, slurry. Ridiculous amounts. That's kind of good. It's going to fill up the seed production really quickly. And once the seed mill is totally topped up, we'll be able to start shipping it over to the biogas plant, because that wants slurry as well, which will just increase the amount of money that we're making. Brilliant news. Unfortunately, it means with only a 30,000 litre capacity in that trailer, it's going to take a lot of trips. Now, this is definitely going to put us under 5 mil. We're definitely into the 4s. Why can't you just hold the button down? Why do you have to keep pressing it? Seems a bit on the stupid side. I know there's a key you could press, but the principle is exactly the same. What you should just be able to hold it down, or specify how much you want to pay off. Oh, we're going to go into the 4 million marker. Wow. Nearly there. Let's take it right down. Let's take it down to that. There we go. So, new working tally is 3.645 million. That is phenomenal. It was 6.3. Have we just skipped into an hour and I don't know about it? No. We're 4 minutes away from another hour, which means we're going to make another 200,000 in 3 minutes time. So that's my buffer nicely. So 3645. Let's update the on screen. Three, 6, 4, 5. There we go. £3.6 million, and the debt is totally repaid, which essentially means, if my maths is right, it probably isn't because my maths is terrible, but if my maths is right, we are going to pay this debt off probably in the next episode. And if it's not the next episode, it is absolutely going to be the one after that. And then we are into just constant profit. As you can see from my totals, we've been steadily making money. 1.6 million made in March. That's after all the outgoings. And April, last month, we made 4.4 million. That is phenomenal. We've already made 400,000 in May. I mean, yeah, technically we're losing money this month, but although, are we? Property income, sold products. Wow, sold products is where the majority of this is coming from. Sold vehicles, sold livestock. Sold wood, sold bales, sold wool, sold milk, fuel costs, seed costs, fertilizer costs, sapling cost, water cost, bale cost, pallet cost, harvest income. There we go. So we only made 63,000 harvest income in March. We made absolutely nothing in April. So all of our money is coming from our production chains. Brilliant. Fine with me. We don't really have much in the way of surplus material just yet, but we will eventually. So there, we are done. Part number 90 done. Do apologize. Thank you all very much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed it. If you made it this far and you are enjoying watching it or listening to it, whichever working for you, and you've not yet hit that subscription button, please smash that one for me. That helps me out a great deal. Throw us a comment if you feel like it. Other than that, guys, have yourself a fantastic day, and I will catch you all on the next one.